Molweni, sanibonani, dumelang, thobela. Good morning. Guys, it's actually, I think the last time I checked the time was about 1:30 a.m. Yeah, I just found myself needing of sleep. I fell asleep watching TV. I waited so long for Imbeu, one of my favorite soaps. And then when it was playing, I don't know what happened. I just fell asleep. I woke up, came to bed. Um, I had no sleep till now. Um, so I have just been reading until now. I read a True Love magazine and one of my books by Zakes Mda. Um, and I'm just tired of reading now, but I still have no sleep. So I thought, what the heck, I'm always creating videos and I don't want to say under pressure, but just being mindful of time, making sure that the video is short enough, we understand, so that I can upload without any struggles. But now I've just, I just feel like, going on and on and on. So I think we don't have a topic right now, but a lot of you have been wanting to pick my brain, on a different number of subjects. Um, so I'm just gonna be here and there on spiritual matters, though. And I think maybe the main focus will be, especially for those that find themselves with a calling. I'm sorry, I'm holding my ring light. I'm just lazy to go to my desk, so sorry, I have to do it here. So because, and I'm doing this, the reason we share content, um, um, I think most of us, well, those that I've come to respect, you understand, as healers, who are also content creators, I think the common goal is to share information, because I think during our time, because I only embarked on my calling somewhere around 2010. So it's about 10 years now that I've been on this journey. And some of you, are new to it. You have joined, in the new age of information, the new age of social media. With us, Facebook was there, but not as widely used as it is now. YouTube was an unknown platform to most of us. I don't think Instagram was there. um but I'm always, a late comer, so it may have been there, and I was late to realize. But what I'm trying to say is, when most of us embarked on our journeys, there was no information to be found. There was very little information on the internet, for example. The best I could find were studies done by, a master's student, maybe at the University of Forte, doing African literature studies or anthropology studies, or some university, in South Africa. So I would now have to study a thesis, you understand? I'm only trying to find information. Maybe I'm just looking to understand ukuthi yintoni igqirha lomlambo, you understand? And there would be nothing. I would have to scrap through whatever I find on the net, which was very frustrating, because also, um, you know, I think another factor that inspired me to, maybe just go out of my way, into sharing a little bit more, is a video I came across this afternoon. A young guy who is apparently, in the journey of ukuthwasa. He is still embarking on the journey of ukuthwasa, still an initiate. And the young guy goes on and on, dissing abogogo, YouTube gogos, that don't know much. All they will talk about is inzuza. All that we'll talk about is Ndau spirits. We don't know anything. We know nothing. We think healing ubungoma is only an African concept. Ubungoma has been around. It's a global and I'm like, where does this one come from? Why is he so angry? And why is he dissing people, so much? If he feels like people are repeating themselves or are rehashing whatever has been said before, why does he not come up with something new himself? You understand? Why do you care what the next person is doing? If it's not the kind of food you eat, why even bother? You understand? If I don't like KFC, I will not go to KFC and go dish their chicken. You get me? Um, I know a lot of YouTube gogos, as we are called. I realized today. I listen to some of the content. I really don't care, and I don't mind what people have to say. You understand? Um, you know, Everyone is inspired differently. You get me? And if I don't agree with you, I don't agree with you, and I'll keep that to myself. I won't now come to your channel and try and diss you and talk badly about you. You understand? I will not do that, because somewhere in between, you may appeal to another person and they may find you a great help. You understand? Whilst I think you are bringing nothing. You understand? So I just think that when you are on this journey, you should care less about what the next person is doing. It should be more about you. You understand? The information you are looking for should be mostly to enhance your own healing, because before you become a healer yourself, you should have healed. You can't heal when you yourself have not been healed. So first things first, if you are looking for information on social media platforms, it should be because you have, specific concerns um regarding yourself. You understand? And you are looking for answers to heal yourself. You understand? Obviously, you will take the information with a pinch of salt. You understand? And apply what you feel relates to you. What doesn't relate to you, leave it. Why bother? Okay? And um try to grow yourself. Don't worry much about the next person, how good they are, how bad they are. You understand? How good they are at delivering content. You understand? If you don't like their content, just leave them. For all I know, if you are a true healer, you know, first you don't, you know, words that hurt are not supposed to, it should be a mistake, it should be an error. These things should be done as, you should have erred, you understand, to hurt another person. You should not be someone that, in order for your point to be heard, people must be heard. That can't be your focal point. Just let people be. The social media platforms are for everyone to, engage, as and how they wish. Be the case as it may. I was saying the problem with information is, it's here and there, and it's all over the place. Now, you need to be grounded. You need to ground yourself. Because, for example, if you are mining for information and you are still an initiate, that can also be dangerous, because now you will find information that could, um, um, that could seem to be against what your spiritual teacher is how they are guiding you, and you will think they are misleading you, only to find no, you are misleading yourself, by um applying information you have you have come across without, first things first, you need a foundation, and the foundation is for you to be healed, you know before you now want to come out and be this healer that knows so much more than other people, more than other healers. Wena idlozi lakho unedlozi elikhulu kunabanye abantu, because wena you are a priestess, because wena idlozi lakho said you should not be initiated. Idlozi lakho will initiate you lona ngokwalo. But all you do is come on Facebook, come, watch YouTube videos and collect information from different gogos and different mukulus, and try and share that as if it's your own experience. Some of us teach from experience that we have gone through ourselves, or at least experience that we have witnessed with our own eyes. So this is that space, Obviously, there are people that will rehash what has been said. I also rehash what has been said. Sometimes I will only realize later that, wow, what this Gogo is saying is what I shared last week. You understand? But they will sound different from me. And I will know for sure it's not like they took my content. No, they may not even have heard what I had to say. They may not even know that I even exist. You understand? But because spirituality is, there are so many common things, there is no way that you will have information that is privileged only for yourself. There is no such. It's just how we deliver the content, and to our different audiences. But the most important thing is you should worry more about getting yourself healed, as opposed to comparing yourself to others. And also, more than anything else, don't only focus on just YouTube, Facebook, read. Like I was saying, before us, before the social media platforms, we relied mainly on books. I've read so many books. Well, I may not have all the authors in my head, but one of my favorites was Credo Mutwa. That book, Indaba, my child, it taught me so much about. I read the book even before I was initiated. Trust me, even before I knew I had to be initiated. I had bought the book a long time ago, and I read it with interest, you understand? Because I think there's a historian in me, you understand? Because I've always just been concerned ukuthi I'm a Dlamini who is Xhosa. There are Dlaminis who are Swati. There are Dlaminis who are Zulu. And what's happening? You understand? And just to understand your ancestral history. Kandi, all along as I'm reading, you understand, I'm being prepared for a journey that I will embark on. So it was easy for me to understand some of the things that I went through, you understand, because I had read prior, you know. For example, I'll make an example. I remember a time, because I twasad Xhosa and Ndau, Ngune Ndau. There was a time ngivukwa idlozi, you know. Um, it was at home when I was still a Xhosa twasa. I had never, trust me when I say, I had never met a Ndau Onguni initiate before that. Like I'd never been with Sangomas. I only knew Amagqirha at that time. So I wouldn't know how. Okay, I'm lying. Actually, my mother's sister was a sangoma, but I was very young when she was, and she passed on. So I never saw her in practice. So yeah, I wouldn't have learned much from her. But I just know she was a sangoma that had twasad Isindao. So when ngivuka idlozi with, you know, chilling with my brothers, and uh, half of me was quite alert, half of me was under trance. You understand? Because I remember exactly the language that was coming out of me. You understand? Um, um, Later on, I thought of it being like koi, sounding koi, you know, or koi-san, because there was like a lot of it was strange. But now, knowing that my mother is of the Chwama clan, the Sukwini, Amalau clan, who are descendants of the Khoi, not even the Khoi, the Khoisan, because there is the San people, there's the Khoi people, and then there's a mix of them, the Khoisan, those that we call Amalau. You understand? They are Amalau because they are a mix of the two nations. They're not even colored. You know, a lot of people think Ilau is a colored person. No, Ilau, and they think ukuthi umuntu Ilau is derogatory. Ilau is literally a descendant of the Khoisan. You get me? And Amalau, who are now, you know, the coloreds. Some of them, some of the colored people, it's not necessarily a mix between white and black. You understand? It's a mix between the Khoisan, ne, and black. You know, majority of Amalau. You understand, especially these parts of the Cape, are a mix of the Khoisan people. You know, Khoisan people with white people now, Europeans, that is, and they are called Amalau. So my mother is Ilau, basically, and I know Ilau is a descendant of the Khoisan. And when I started embarking on the journey, even before I was like initiated, now I knew I had to, you know, go to initiation school. But I think a few weeks or a month before I now joined the initiation school, I had a very strange dream where I had a Khoisan family, you know, of old men and women. I would say they were old because bashwabene, you understand? They looked really, really old. but very strong. You understand? The women were sitting down, like yeah, sitting down, clapping for the men, and the men were dancing, doing the Khoisan dance. The Khoisan dance is very similar to I don't know what they call it, but Abatswana, there's even now cultural groups that perform that dance, and I love it so much. Like I love watching them. Um, and you would understand also that there is a close relationship with Batswana and Khoisan. Um, because if you can look at the geographic um, um, landscape of our country, you will see ukuthi iBotswana is actually, how do I put it to you? Um, um, yeah, the Khoisan are not far from, you know, from Botswana. Some of them. Now there is in terms of, we know Khoi people are nomads. There are people that move a lot. Some of you call them bushmen, abatwa. You understand? Um, there are close relations with the Tswana people. So how the Tswana dance and how the Khoisan dance is very similar. So the dance I saw in that dream was very Khoisan, and it was the first time I saw that dance. And now the next time I would see it was watching it on TV. Watching these cultural groups. There was this group, man. They had a song I liked. Wena kudu akuthepi. Wena kudu akuthepe. You know that group? I love them so much. And there was that girl, that light-skinned one, that danced so well. You understand? And her voice was majestic. And I've learned that she has since passed on. Um, I love how they dance because I once saw it in my dream. Before I could experience, a live group doing it. So what I'm trying to say is some of the things we get shown in our dreams, by the time you read, you understand, you've seen it in your dreams. By the time the information comes to you, you've seen it in your dreams. Then it makes sense. And it makes you understand who you are and where you come from. You understand? Whose descendant are you? You understand? Hence, for example, um, um, for me, that ancestor that was revoked when Nonkwenkwezi was, I think I have abatwa, you understand, as ancestral spirits, amongst other spirits, you understand. So you can't believe it. Like, yazi ukuthi mangivuka idlozi vele, the first thing that happens is I will speak this funny language. Until now, until someone asks me to actually, speak in a language they can understand. Same thing with when the Ndao spirit was revoked. It was very strange and very funny. Like I said, when I went now to Twasa Isindao, I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know, ukuthi kwenziwani kahle kahle. So when I was told kuzoshawelwa umndao, I had never seen any of such before. Now when the drums were beaten, English yasebusuku or yasekuseni. When the drum beat was different, quite different from the Nguni drums that I had become so used to. And I could hear my voice changing You understand? You know that cry voice, like I want to cry. You know? And the Ndau spirit was so quick and fast to come out. His name is Nonkwenkwezi. And when I did my research, Mbiri, there's a Mbiri in Zimbabwe. There are Mbirimbiris in Zambia. There's Mbiri in Tanzania. There's Njongwe as well. Like all these countries I've mentioned. You get me? Meaning there's a close connection between us. The reason we are called Nguni is because our spirits have traveled, from the north downwards. That's what you get from reading. You now understand. You understand? So that you don't because, for example, elder amagqirha, those that are like much older than us, amagqirha, they truly refuse to accept that umxhosa can twasa isindawo. You understand? Because of lack of information and lack of exposure. You understand? It's easy for us to understand. You understand forms of, it's easy to understand a twasa who is, um, who has come to you to twasa isiXhosa, but in the process, sekuyavela manje, kuvela umakhosi. If you are not well read, if you are not well informed, if you are not poropopop, you will say umntwana abantu uya-actor. You understand? You don't know what ancestors ran through that bloodline. I am Xhosa, ngizothwasa ucamagu, of course. You understand? Ngizolala emfuleni, angingeni emanzini, ngibekwa eceleni komfula. I don't enter the water. I only enter when they are going to put ibhekile on my head to phehla it. That's just about it with entering the water. You see this craze yokuthi mina bathi ngizothwasa emanzini. You will die. Those things don't happen anymore. Very few healers. I'm not saying it does not happen. It happens. But it's not as as often as it used to be before. I think because so much has changed about life. Like our landscape has changed. We are affected by the food we eat. We are affected by telecommunications, vibrations. There's so much light. There was never so much light before. You understand? City lights and all. Towers, that transfer signals, for example. Don't you think those disturb telepathy? You understand? How the ancestral world, the spirit world, how they used to send signals is somewhat could be disturbed by the towers that we see today. So what I'm trying to say is the landscape is different, very different, which is possibly why a lot of things are not happening the way they used to happen before. So if you are sitting because you have a dream where you saw yourself underwater, and now you think you are this great Sangoma that should go underwater, you will suffer, my child, waiting for Jesus to come back for the second time. Some of the things we see in our dreams are just our spirits showing us their own journeys. Journeys they have taken before. Remember, you are just a body that houses a soul. You have a soul, you have a spirit living within you. That spirit has lived before, and more than just one life. So sometimes your spirit is can give you a glimpse of life before. It's like someone who dreams a lot of lions. I'm just making an example. Dreaming a lot of lions could mean you are of royal descent. Yes, because we associate lions with ubukhosi. Amakhosi KwaZulu, kingdoms or kings are called amakhosi. Kuthiwe mabebingelelwa kuthiwe ngonyama. Wena oyingonyama. That's what is as well. They talk of ingwenyama. You understand? Amakhosi are associated with ingonyama. So a dream that possesses, like, that sees you being chased by lions, or lions just you walking amongst lions, could mean ukuthi your soul could have lived a life of royalty during its lifetime, in its past life. I mean, so you possess a soul that has lived before. You understand? And now you want to limit yourself, and limit yourself to information that is that is on Facebook, because ugogo Dineo said, or ugogo Moyo said, you understand, or ugogo Kanye said. How about your dreams said? Your dreams won't lie to you. Of course, if you engage, if you watch too much TV, and if you watch, or if you are too much involved with social media, some of the things you will dream are things are things you engage in terms of social media. So your dreams could be distorted in that way. But in general, nje, your soul can teach you so much about where it has been, and when it teaches you, it's usually not just for the fun of it. It is usually to say to you, you are moving away from. Remember, when you are born, you could have, when you are born, okay, this is my conception now. When you are born, you it's like you agreeing to come back to earth. You understand? There's unfinished business. You understand? That something that needs to be done. You understand? And now spirit says, someone must go back to finish this, and you agree as a soul to go back and finish exactly that. You understand? Whatever it is that was unfinished business, maybe maybe an ancestor that raped before, you understand, sodomized, but doing something, going against cultural doctrine, and you understand, cultural norms. And now in the spirit world, your soul will have to come back to correct that. you would have agreed, you understand, with other ancestral spirits that when you go back, this is what you are going to do. This is what you are going back to do. A, B, C, D. You will not come back until you have been cleansed. Now, your previous soul could have been in its past life could have been umkhulu ubheka izizwe, but now you are born as ukhanya. You come as a female in order to fulfill, you understand, that contract with, okay, it's fine, I will do this. You understand, this needs to be sorted, I will do it. There's a song that goes, kwahlalwa phansi kwahlelwa ngempilo yami kwagqitywa ngempilo yami kwahlelwa ngobomi bami kwagqitywa ngempilo yami kwahlelwa ngobomi bami. I may be just confusing how the lines, but that's how it goes. Basically, the song says, there was a gathering, a spiritual gathering, or spirits gathered, your ancestral spirits gathered and decided. It was decided before you were born. You understand that this is how your life is going to be. You are going back there, to do A, B, C, D. You are going to achieve this and that and that and that. So it was agreed upon, you also agreed. So it's a contract. It's a contract between your soul and ancestral spirits. You understand? It was agreed. Kwagqitywa, kwahlelwa, kwagqitywa. You get me now? Now you are here in the physical world. You think you are going to change what was agreed upon, you understand, by ancestral spirits, and you agreed to that. You entered into a contract, in your form as spirit. But you entered a body, a physical body, and now you are living a physical life. But you must now fulfill, bring to life that which you agreed to as a soul, as a spirit. So when you come now and you change, you understand what was agreed upon. That's when we say you are misaligned. You are misaligned with the contract that your soul entered. Now, the dreams that you will have are a reminder of the contract your soul entered into with other ancestral spirits. So dreams are there to remind. You understand? Because when we sleep, when we in our state of sleep, the body sleeps, but the spirit is alive. When the body wakes, the spirit has spoken. That, don't forget, I have a contract. There's a reason I'm here. And now you are shown, okay, a goat must be slaughtered. You are given direction, basically. Or you must be cleansed, or you must ukuthwasa. And you say you are going to self-initiate because you have this big lozi. that's bigger than. No, there's no, you don't live alone. You live among spirits. We are spirits as well. Don't undermine us. Don't think that we can't help you. You understand? We are initiated so that we help others. Why do you think you should not be initiated when we were initiated, Tina? Now, why should you not be initiated? But you must initiate other people. Are you for real? Now you must come to social media and teach us, Suguti, it is wrong to, ABCD. Some of us know ukuthi alikho neliyi-one iphehlo elikwaziyo. You don't have a brother, a sister, a spiritual brother that you were initiated with. You understand? So what I'm trying to say is, I'm only sharing because I'm very grateful that I now have a platform. Even if it's a few followers or a few subscribers, I'm very grateful, and I'm very grateful for your support. The channel is growing. My other platforms, follow what followers, numbers are growing. So it gets interesting to share information and content. Not because we are saying, we know better than the next person, but it's nice to share from experience, from that which you have experienced. So, guys, I did say I don't have a particular topic, but I was just inspired to, have a spiritual conversation with you. Yeah, just saying, Uti. Yes, obviously, my main focus is those that, are embarking on their journey of being initiated. You understand? There's so much you are going through. There's so much you don't understand. Such confusion. People telling you this and that, and I'm saying to you, until you dream and remember your dreams, do not allow anyone to lead you anywhere. Do not be misled. Your spirit should lead you because you have a contract. You have a contractual agreement with your ancestral spirits, not with Kanya, not with a certain Kobela. So I cannot lead you. I can only help you navigate or help you understand or decode the messages given to you. But if there are no messages, if you are not dreaming and you go to initiation school, what the heck? Yo, sissy, be careful. First thing, there are signs. The signs will always be there that, you have to, before a healer tells you, you have a calling, you yourself already, you have seen the signs. Even your family, they have seen the signs. So when the traditional healer points it out, it shouldn't be something new, that, because this is what I get when I have my consultations. A person will say to me, I've been told twice, or I've been told at least 3 times that I have to twasa, and I'm like, well, now what are you saying? I mean, how do I know? How would I know? You have a hunch for a reason. You have intuition for a reason. You understand? Already, even before the dreams, a lot of things that, people that have to twasa, there's certain things that we go through. Others, some of us will get sick, and you go to doctors, your illnesses are unexplainable. You'll go to a doctor and they can't heal you. You heal over time. You understand? And then you get ill again with another illness. You always have ailments, nje. You understand? That are unexplainable. Bazothi uyagula, makadla ama-ARVs, Kanti uziphethelwe inkenke mntasekhaya. It's just an illness of ukuthwasa. Some of us, some of us suffer from anxiety, depression. You end up going to psychologists, you understand, prescribelwe depression, tranquilizers, depression treatment, yonke lento le. When ulala ngama-sleeping tablets, ukuze ulale, those are underlying illnesses zomuntu ogulayo, ogula ngentwaso, ngenkenke. And then others, it's just bad luck, bad luck nje, Your life has been smooth and going well, and all of a Sunday, ayibo, you can't keep men, shem. If something is stolen, maybe at work, you are the first suspect. It's like it gets depressing. I know what's happening. Why even your friends will accuse you of things you haven't done. When we are hleba, why why have you changed? People just don't get you, they don't understand you anymore. Those are some of the signs. But, they don't go alone. The underlying illnesses or, issues are not alone. They should be accompanied with dreams. Dreams, like I said, are a compass. Your compass to help you navigate why you are here. You see? We have a purpose to fulfill, all of us. Our souls came to fulfill particular purposes. Now, you must understand what your purpose is. It's between you and your soul. And without your dreams, you will never pick up what your purpose is. And I usually say your purpose is usually linked to your talents and your passions. Usually what you are talented in is going to end up, being what assists you to fulfill your spiritual purpose. I grew up being told that I'm a storyteller. My friends would listen to my stories, and I would create stories and lie a lot of the times, because I grew up in Durban, but my home has always been in the Eastern Cape. So I left my home to live with my aunt in Durban, in a township. And I would go back to the township to tell stories of what happened as Lalini, and as Lalini I would tell stories of what's happening elokishini, and there would be lies somewhere in between, to make the story nice, obviously. Kaloku, we understand. So a bit of salt here and there, you understand, spice nyana, so that the story is interesting. So I've always been that person about a storyteller, you understand, which I think I accept now as a talent, one of the talents that I have. I always, I enjoy explaining, explaining things, explaining issues, explaining, you understand? I don't get bored with people asking questions, you understand? Which is why I get along so well with my initiates. I'm not saying I'm friends with them, but I get along well with most of my initiates, because it's easy for me to share, my life experiences, with them, so that they also understand their own paths. So yeah, I think, I don't know, I hope you've gained something from the blah 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 blaring that I've been doing. But I just felt like, you know what? Let me just throw a bonus video today. I'm not even going to edit it. I am just going to post it as is. And guess what? I still don't feel like sleeping. And yo, it's gonna be a long day. Tomorrow I have, my diary is full with bookings. But I'm thankful for all that I have. I'm thankful for, being so busy, because there was a time, a month would go by without a single client. So to be busy in a day, busy every day with different clients is such a blessing. It's tiring, but it's still a blessing, having to prepare imiti, orders, and do readings as well. I'm thankful and very grateful. And I'm grateful for your support, because without your support, I think I would probably want to give up, in terms of, creating content. But, the comments that you write, the likes, they just propel me to share even more, to create more content. I thank you for that. Yeah, so let's continue learning, let's continue sharing, let's continue dreaming. If you don't dream, um, you know, um, try get help, you know. You see, not all of us will dream like crazy. You understand? We are not all Joseph Kaloku. You understand? Joseph the dreamer. Yeah, it's not, that's not the expectation. A person that should dream a lot is a person oyisangoma, oligqirha like myself, othwasayo, you understand? That person should dream like crazy. But an ordinary person, a dream a month is okay. I can't prescribe and say how many times you should dream, but you should get something kaloku. It's not like you are living alone. There's, a soul in you. It's not just your body, babes. And that soul yena does, you know, the two of you should be like this, like so. So that I usually make this is yeah, I want to share this. I usually make an example. I wish she could hear me one day. I don't know. I don't think there's a day that passes without me mentioning her name when I'm doing my readings. When I come across a client that needs clarity in terms of, what a spiritual purpose is. Because sometimes, even to grasp the concept of what it is that, what is a spiritual purpose. I've used Mrs. Connie Ferguson as an example. I use her a lot as one of my examples. Sometimes I use Somizi Mhlongo, but I use Connie a lot, Connie Ferguson, because one day it just dawned on me when I was watching, I think I was watching either The Queen or The River, and I realized that day I had a bad day, or even maybe a bad week or a month. I was just going dangoisha with, you understand? And then I was watching one of her episodes, like of her soapies. And I found myself laughing so much, you understand? And for a moment, for about 30 minutes, I had forgotten about my problems, you understand? And I said to myself, wow, actually, Connie is a healer, you understand? Well, maybe I don't mention Shona because they do this together. The two of them, maybe their contractual agreement to come on earth was to heal and heal through entertainment. That could be her spiritual purpose, healing through entertainment. And as such, she reaches out to a lot of us at the same time. Remember, there's more than 1 million people viewing. You understand? When the Queen is airing. Now imagine healing 1 million people at the same time. Aren't your rewards going to be in abundance? We understand that, which is why I think she is abundantly rewarded. You understand the assets that she has, those Bentleys, that beautiful house, you know, the money. You understand? It's because her soul is in alignment. You get me now? So being in alignment, being well aligned with your soul contract is what gets you highly rewarded in terms of manifestations. Let's not just throw words without understanding. We manifest that which we have, I would want to say, worked for. You understand? By healing a soul, a reward will be thrown at you. A manifestation will be thrown at you. We understand? And I think all of us, the whole intention for spiritual purpose, it is to leave this place a better place than we found it. Leave this earth a better place than you found it. You came here ukuzolungisa country. Awuzanga nje, awuzanga zotya umngqusho. Wena ucinga uzotya umngqusho wodwa uhlute nje qha. No. Itya umngqusho wakho ke sis, and watch us thina manifesting and getting our rewards because we are doing something to be of great assistance to humankind, so that you leave this place a better place, a better place than you found it. So diversity xa ndisithi wena nesoul yakho funeka nibe so. Laa nto kuthiwa i-alignment. Uyayiva ke ngoku? Because kaloku ithethwa nge-English le nto kuthiwa you are misaligned. Wena uqonda uba hey, I want uze ndibe aligned, kufuneka ndithini? Akunzima sisi, kunzima babes. Akho mntu uza kucacisela. Nam ndiyifumene nzima uze ndiyiqonde uba le nto kuthiwa i-alignment, it's being so with your soul. And no one can tell you what your spiritual purpose is. We are not born, I always say to my clients, we are not born with manuals. We figure it out as we proceed. But throughout, you are looking and searching for answers. You understand? In terms of your own calling, when each of us has a calling. Whether your calling is You are going to fulfill it through your career, you understand, or through charity work, or you understand, but you have a duty to live your life fulfilling a purpose, so that now you are rewarded abundantly. You see, I was an economist before. I worked, for many corporates, a span of 18 years. But I could never, I never felt any fulfillment. I'll be lying to you if I say, you know, I felt fulfilled. No, there was never any fulfillment. The most I spent in a job, the longest time was 3 years in a company. And I earned my salary, my monthly salary, which, paid my bills. But sometimes, most of the times, some of the bills went unpaid. We're always juggling resources. Always juggling resources. Fast forward 2020. Ukanya is a healer on a full-time basis. And I'm not saying I will never go back to work for Umlungu, but for now, this is what I'm doing. And it feels a lot more fulfilling than ever. It puts food on the table. I talk for free. The content writing, remember, I'm not even monetized on YouTube, so it's not like I'm doing it for money. This is for free. But what I do during the day, it puts food on the table. I heal, to put food on the table. And for people to think that we will not charge, you are initiated, idlozi lakho, once you, and this thing, yoguthi, you are suffering because of ukuthwasa. No ancestor will ever put you, in pain, nje. You are in pain, or you are suffering because, again, you are not so with your soul contract, with what your soul is contracted to achieve on earth. It's not your ancestor punishing you. No, it's you going your own direction when you were shown your path. You understand? So poverty is not any ancestor's intention for their children. No, 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 no. I refuse. Which is why when you are initiated and successfully initiated, you go out to now heal and be able to heal your family and feed your family. There is nothing wrong with that. Ungumphathi wesikhwama for a reason. Obakho ubutyebi bukulesi sikhwama osinikiwe. You understand? That's your legacy, babes. That's your legacy. If you want your legacy to be shares in being a shareholder was Sasol, dream on, babes. Your legacy is mixing herbs and making people feel better, heal people, heal souls, give direction. That's your legacy. I'm sorry. Yes, other people, their legacies are, being a well-renowned, CEO of a big conglomerate. But not all of us are going to be that. Yes, like I said, if you are someone that dreams a lot of lions, meaning you could have been, your soul could have been of royal descent, ne? You are likely to go on and be a leader, corporate leader, a politician. You do well. You understand, because you are being revered, you are being you could be a celebrity as well. You are just someone that's put on a pedestal to be celebrated. That's your legacy. That might not be my legacy. My legacy might not be ubukhosi bokuthi wonke umuntu uzongazi. You understand? We are tuned differently. You understand? Nansi indaba iba so with your soul. Guys, I think yeah, man, let me not say any further. I think I'll do this again, once in a while, just a long video of whatever is inspiring me at the time. I love you, my people. Keep learning. Open your heart. Embrace your legacies. Embrace your calling. Find your spiritual purpose. Pray, nqula, thandaza. Uyayiva ke ngoku? Phahla, yipha abantu bakokwenu, sukuba ngumuntu ovimbayo. Cleanse yourself so that you continue to dream. Allow your soul to teach you. All right. Till the next one. Ciao.